Welcome everyone, and my name is Mr. Cobalt, and today in this video I am going to be going over how to go from the name to the formula when you have polyatomic ions. And so again, in order to be successful in this process, or in this way of going from the name to the formula, you need to know the charges on your polyatomic ions, and you need to know the names of the polyatomic ions as well. So if you have those already down, then this should be a piece of cake, because if you can go from the formula to the name, then you should be able to go from the name to the formula. Okay, so I have 3 examples. We'll go over each example, and again, it all comes back down to the fact that the 2 names of the ions are what give you the name of the compound itself. So you can break this apart into the different names and you can write down the ions. Alright, so for number 1, I have cobalt 2 phosphate. So the Roman numeral goes with the cobalt. So this is the name of the ion, cobalt 2. And remember, the charge on the ion is represented by the Roman numeral. So we know that cobalt has a 2 charge on it, a positive 2 charge, because it's a metal, and so it has a positive 2. So we'll write that down. So we have CO 2+. So that's the first ion. The second ion is phosphate. You should recognize that as a polyatomic ion, and you should know what the formula and the charge is. So phosphate is going to be PO4 3-. So you have to know the charge. Once you know your ions, then you go back, and what you're going to do is you got to figure out how many of each ion you need to balance out the charge, to get a 0 charge, a net charge of 0. And the one way that you could do it is by using the crisscross method. And so the crisscross method is where I'm going to take the numbers, I'm going to crisscross them, write them as subscripts. So this 2 here is going to be written as a subscript there, and this 3 here is going to be written as a subscript there. And so I get CO3, and then I'm going to have 2 phosphates. So what you need to be aware of is, if you have more than one polyatomic ion, you're going to have to use your parentheses. So you're going to use parentheses. If I don't use parentheses, it's going to look like this: PO4 2. And that looks like I have 42 oxygens in this polyatomic ion, and that's not right. So what you need to do is you use parentheses, and so the 2 that you are bringing down here is going to be on the outside of the parentheses. The polyatomic ion, the PO4, is on the inside. And so then this becomes the formula for cobalt 2 phosphate. All right, let's go to B. Calcium perchlorate. So again, break this down into 2 names. The 2 names are going to give you the 2 ions. First ion is calcium. So you write down calcium. What's the charge on calcium? Calcium is in group 2. It's a main group element, so it's going to have a 1 charge based on its group number. So it's in group 2A, so the positive charge is 2+. Perchlorate. Again, you need to know the formula and the charge of this ion. So this ion is ClO4, and there's a minus there. So remember, chlorate is ClO3-. Perchlorate is ClO4-, 1 extra oxygen. So now I have the 2 ions, and now I have to figure out how many of each do I need to balance out and get 0 charge. So what you'll notice here, I could easily look here and say it's 2 plus, 1 minus. So I need 2 of these to get the -2 charge to balance out the +2 charge. So I need 2 of these, 1 of those. That's one way you could do it. The other way, again, is do the crisscross method. So I have a 2 here, bring it down, that's going to be a 2 subscript. I have a 1 here, bring it down, so that's going to be 1. Again, we don't write the 1s. So this is going to be CA, and then because I have 2 of these, I have to have parentheses. So ClO4, and then on the outside, I have the parentheses. So here is my calcium perchlorate. So that's the formula. And then finally with C, I have iron 3 hydroxide. So again, I have the Roman numeral. The Roman numeral tells me the charge on iron. So I'm going to write that down. So I have iron with a 3+ charge. So that's my iron 3 ion. And then my next ion is hydroxide. Again, it's a polyatomic ion, so I need to know the formula and the charge. So it's OH minus. Once again, I balance the charge. So I can either look at this and say, oh, this is a 3+ charge, this is -1. So I need 3 -1s to balance out the 3+. So I need 3 hydroxides for 1 iron 3 ion. Or I can do the crisscross method. So I put a 3 down here, and I put the 1 down there. I write iron, you don't write the 1. Now here's where you can make a mistake. I need 3 of these. So if you just do this, OH3, that looks like I have 1 iron, 1 oxygen, and 3 hydrogens. So that is not the formula that I want. So I need, in order to indicate that I have 3 hydroxide ions, I need to put the parentheses. Everything in the parentheses is multiplied by the subscript on the outside. So here I have 3 hydroxides, 1 iron 3 atom or ion. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, make a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this video. What else would you like me to go over? And ring the notification so you get notified by any other videos that I put out. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.